This Uber driver's passenger is a special agent, and he's built different. The film starts with detectives Vic Manning and Sarah Morris arriving at a hotel to catch the notorious substance lord Oka Tejdo. I think that's how you say his name. They ask the concierge not to give up that the police are here, but she still calls him anyway. That's dedication. Deserves a $1 tip. Oka's boys greet the police with a shotgun. That's how we roll in our hood. Rainbow Six fans. Vic slams in and shoots a guy hiding behind the couch. Morris gets distracted by the second guy while Vic gets attacked by Oka, who looks more like a Yakuza game character. Oka tactically punches the glasses off of Vic's face, immediately making him blind like a bat. Not the best kryptonite for a police officer if you ask me. While Vic gets his butt kicked by Oka, who is 4 times smaller, Morris manages to shoot the other bad guy. At least someone knows how to work here. But Oka realizes beating the police won't bring him any level up and runs away. Oka becomes Yamakaze and jumps away by the balconies. But Vic gets a brilliant idea to throw down a cart. It works like clockwork and Oka gets smashed down, what looks like 2 floors, but it doesn't stop him from attacking Morris. Vic feels he can fly now and jumps 3 floors down, but gravity wins this time, and Oka escapes. The detectives chase Oka out of the hotel and into the streets. Morris gets close enough to catch Oka, but as they fight for her gun, Oka shoots Morris in the stomach. Ouch, that hurts. Oka gets away as Vic rushes to his partner's side to save her. Don't worry man, I saw Reservoir Dogs. Mr. Orange struggled for hours with that wound. She's still got time. Oh no, she's dead. Rip in peace. 6 months later, we meet Stu, who works at a sporting goods store while taking a side job as an Uber driver. He has to give a ride to his douchebag boss Richie Sandusky, who runs his father's store and gives him the nickname Stuber, which Stu hates. Don't know if that's bad. I had a classmate in high school whose nickname was Sticky Fingers, not like it was something cool. He didn't make it to the toilet one day, tried to hold the flow coming from his butt with his hands, and it happened in front of the whole class. Ah, sweet memories. Sorry. Stu must keep his rating over 4 stars, or he gets fired and his rides aren't doing great typically. Oh man, you can't even imagine what I had to do to keep a 5-star rating at a Thai massage salon I used to work with. Those Sticky Fingers were workers of the month for a long time. Yeah, the nickname was mine. Meanwhile, Vic is obsessed with catching Oka and avenging Morris. He trains his shooting without glasses. Why don't you just have lenses, bro? Captain Angie McHenry tells Vic to let it go because the case against Oka is bumped up to the feds. Darn, those kung fu lessons for 2 years will never pay off. Stu is also investing in a spin class gym business with his college friend Becca, with whom he is secretly in love. Simp. Unfortunately, she's dating a superstar basketball player. Vic realizes it's time and gets LASIK eye surgery. High IQ move. Actually, I need to do that. He'll be dizzy and see unclear for a while and have to wear Riddick glasses. Looks awesome. Vic meets up with his daughter Nicole, who reminds him she has an art gallery opening later that night. He swears he didn't forget about it, although he did schedule an eye surgery for the exact same day. Classic #1 dad cup move. He promises to attend even though he's a blind mole. Nicole installs the Uber app to help him get to the gallery. While enjoying an energy snooze, Vic gets a call from his informant Leon, who frantically tells Vic about a heroin drop from Oka later that night. Vic jumps at the chance and goes to meet Leon. Not the best idea. He drives like I used to in GTA when I was 6. Knocking things over and finally driving into a construction hole. Vic has no choice but to call for an Uber, and that's how he meets Stu. The latter acts extremely annoying, talking more than driving, so I'm not even surprised the boy struggles with those 5 stars. Turns out Vic has chosen Uber pool, so 2 chicks get into the back. Nah, not on my duty, so he throws the chicks away. After some more annoying talks from Stu, the 2 arrive at Leon's warehouse. Vic finds Leon, not in his best condition. I mean, dead. Meanwhile, Stu gets a video call from an angry and drunk Becca. She found dozens of sussy photos of other girls on her now ex-boyfriend's phone. Well, what else would you expect to find in a basketball star's phone? Candy Crush? Great game for toilet times though. Becca invites Stu to come over and comfort her. Drunk and freshly broken up lady? That's like a VIP pass to the panty zone. Stu promises to be there after dealing with Vic, who's not really understanding that Leon is dead gone. I mean gone, because he's dead. He takes Leon's phone, unknowingly leaving behind bloody footprints. From what we see on the phone, Leon's last contact was someone by the name of Amber Titties. He calls her, masterfully making an impression of Leon, and finds her address. Then he returns to Stu and compels him to drive to Compton. They get to a male strip club. Vic makes Stu go inside with him. I guess it smells like balls in there. Ha! Stole it from this masterpiece. They meet Amber, who is not titties, but TTA. It's French. She runs the place and schools one of the dancers, Felix, for eating a sandwich when he has to look buff. Vic talks to her about Leon and says she was involved with a dealer named Amo Cortez. Stu talks to Felix about Becca, sharing that he clapped her cheeks a while back when she broke up with another guy. The girl has a pattern, but they both act like nothing happened. Felix encourages Stu to express his feelings to her. Even drunker, Becca calls Stu again and says she wants that curry chorizo in her white bun. Can't make this stuff up. However, Vic is not done with Stu. He compels him to drive to Long Beach to find Amo. Stu follows because he's beta in this story. Oh wait, Miss Tite is talking with someone on the phone about Stu and Vic. Sussy. Meanwhile, in the car, Vic shares a story about how his abusive drunk father left him alone in the desert when he was 14, and that Vic became a man that day. Stu only whines about how Vic is preventing him from becoming a man with Becca. The boys arrive in a not-so-good neighborhood, and Vic enters a house where Vic interrogates Ammo and his buddies. The homies don't give up on Ammo and order the dog to attack Vic, but the poor doggy pukes out a pack of drugs. Ew, call PETA. Vic is a dog lover, so he pulls his gun and feeds the drugs to one of the homies, and they quickly give up who Ammo is. Snitches. Vic gets him to Stu's car, calling the latter his partner. Hey, nice working on that career ladder, Stu. I heard cops get paid well, especially when they hang with dealers. Vic leaves Ammo in the car, but Stu refuses. Wasn't it an Uber pool? He even gives Stu a small gun to sell the partner's story. But Ammo quickly realizes Stu is just an Uber driver and attempts to escape by breaking through the window. Stu tries to stop him and shoots Ammo in the leg. Nice one, bro. First day on the job and you've already shot someone. Classic cop moment. Vic comes back with a pop and starts to pry info from Ammo. He reveals a drop is going down tonight but passed out from shock before telling where it's happening. Vic and Stu get Ammo to a vet who treats him better than at a 5-star hospital. After Ammo wakes up, Vic applies some classic brute force to get info out of him, but Mr. Uber Driver here, Stu, thinks he's the brain. Typical Uber driver. If only they could rule our country. So Stu opts for a different option. Let's break into Ammo's Twitter and write something racist. Ammo breaks immediately. The drop happens after midnight at a storage yard. When Stu finally has the balls to call it quits with Vic and get back to his car, a group of Oka's goons enters, and the leader holds Stu at gunpoint. Swap negotiations begin, but Vic breaks their bluff and knows they'll just kill all 3 of them to get rid of those loose ends. Stu faints and the fire parade begins. Before he and Stu take cover, Ammo gets killed. Stu smashes the lights off, and Vic manages to shoot the criminal scum. The leader tries to escape but steps on the cat's tail, and Vic puts a bullet in his head. Stu freaks out over all the dead bodies and pukes. Whoa, I thought Uber drivers are used to that. Vic asks Stu to send a message, they're dead, to Oka's phone. But look who gets it, McHenry. I knew something was up the second I saw her. She visits Nicole's art gallery and leaves, while Detective Lee Carter, looking like crap, arrives at the gallery. Vic acts a fool and bumps into things, not perceiving a thing about Nicole's art. It's okay, modern art is unreachable for me too. Not so modern art too. She meets Stu and he shares his day. I was kidnapped, shot a guy, had to throw dog food at gangsters who were shooting at me, and then saw them dead. My typical birthday party. Vic then goes to Nicole, gives her a gun, and asks her for a storage unit's key to their house. Nicole realizes this is the only reason he showed up. That's clearly not true. Clear as the sight of Vic. She whines about Vic being absent in her life and caring more about his job than the people in his own life. Give the man a break. He's a cop who looks like Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy. Wait, it's the same actor. At least he's not a serial killer, and you see him sometimes. I see my dad only once a year. Prison dates with severe convicts are hard to get. Stu and Vic leave, but before leaving, Vic throws a rock through a nearby shop to bring cops there, just in case. So that's who breaks my damn window every month. I thought it was that nasty kid Ernesto. He's a talented soccer player though. The boys go to the sporting goods store where Stu works so Vic can get what he calls a few bullets. But he grabs all the guns he can handle. Rambo style. Love it. Meanwhile, Becca calls, tired of waiting for someone's inner hugs. She says her boyfriend called and sounded apologetic, so she's close to forgiving him. The fish is getting out of the net. Darn it. Stu gets pissed off, finally putting his foot down and calls Vic out for his actions, telling him that he is scared of showing his emotions by hiding behind his masculinity and being a terrible dad to Nicole. Well, that Uber driver has a point, but Vic, as you remember, is a brute, so he answers not with solidarity and understanding, but anger. Things heat up as Vic promises to put 0 stars for Stu. Whoa bro, that was way over the line. You can call a man weak, pathetic, omega, a crypto trader, and any other horrible words. But when you call him a 1-star driver, you get beaten up with a golf club. The 2 start fighting, using baseball bats and bicycles, balls, big heavy balls. Stu here has the advantage. At least he sees something. Finally, they're both down, hurt, with no strength left, when they get caught by Richie, who aims a crossbow at them. Richie makes fun of Stu again and calls him Stuber. Wait, I finally got it. He's Stu, and he drives Uber. Stuber. Okay, never too late. Suddenly, Vic stands up for Stu and the latter stands up for himself, taking Richie's crossbow and showing alpha mode. He also says he quits. Ha, like that wasn't obvious. As they leave, Richie tries to convince Stu to stay because he considers Stu his best and only friend. Well, that was surprising. Stu comforts Richie, saying he's not really balding and leaves for good. Nice one, bro. Richie wasn't that bad, and Stuber is indeed a hilarious nickname. You should put it in your app, and you'll get 5 stars only. Stu gets Vic to the storage yard to catch Oka. On the road, Stu convinces Vic that calling for backup is okay. Oh right, I almost forgot there are other cops in the city. Vic calls McHenry, who's already searching at the vet for him. Darn, that's the wrong person to call. She kills the vet after... Why? Because no loose ends, I guess. The stealthy boys get to the deal, and Vic, confident that the SWAT is coming, lets Stu go. Who doesn't want to go at this point? Stockholm Syndrome, they call it. In the car, Stu calls Becca and comes clean about his feelings for her, saying her business idea is her dream, not his, and he just wants her to love him back. And also that casual cheek clapping is not for him, because he can't pretend he doesn't have feelings for her anymore. Wait, hold on. You cut the cheese, but why don't you eat the slice? Alright, you psychologically stable boys are too straight to the point. She asks if they can be friends, but Stu masterfully ignores the friend zone and says he will call her when he is ready. Smart move. But you would have been a genius if you could do this after clapping cheeks. Stu then sees a single cop car driving instead of the SWAT team and understands something sussy is going on. McHenry then shows up and reveals herself. Dirty cop moment. She and Oka killed Leon and orchestrated the whole thing to get Vic framed for murder and off their tail. Classic dirty cop. She shoots Vic once, ready to finish the job. Suddenly, Stu drives his car into her and slams her against a wall. Now we're talking. That's a 6-star move, not less. Ted and his goons spot them and the manhunt begins. Stu drives away while Vic regains his sight and can shoot at the bad guys. Then, Stu makes another 3-digit IQ move and throws a propane tank for Vic to shoot so he can blow up. That's a pro gamer move. This stuff only works in movies. Oh wait, eventually Stu's electric car runs out of battery. Did oil companies pay for this? Oka catches up and slams his car into theirs, knocking it down a hill and forcing the good, bad boys to run. Oka finds the two as they run through a factory of hot sriracha sauce. The worst place to shoot at, but Oka does. Vic gets hot sauce in his eyes and loses sight again. Employees run out and our boys hide with the employees in a van. They call multiple Ubers to get them out of there and make Oka think it's a police backup. Great plan. Why not just call multiple cops? Or do you think everyone is on Oka's payroll? Vic gets on the wheel and smashes the car into an old boat. What the hell is the boat doing here? Oka catches our boys when Vic uses his Better Call Saul skills to win some time. Stu uses the moment to throw hot sauce at Oka. Doesn't work too well. Finally, the cavalry arrives. The Uber cavalry, that is. Vic says it's the feds and Oka almost gives up, but one of the drivers blows the whole thing and the drivers flee. Somehow, Oka gets hot sauce in his eyes and Vic uses this moment to knock the guy off. Nice one, Stu. All your plans work today somehow. Vic and Oka fight and Stu takes the latter's gun, but has no balls to shoot the little guy. Oka keeps punching Vic and Stu finally shoots. No ammo. Stu throws the gun at Oka, who catches it, knocks down Vic, and then Stu with it. Whoa, that was impressive. You should have gone to the Marines or a circus. Why deal drugs? I guess you barely used your skills there. Oh boy, this generation. Suddenly, Nicole shows up. She got Vic's location off the Uber app. She's really her father's daughter. She shoots at Oka and demands he gets away from her dad. You people, just shoot the bad guy. Shoot at him, not near him. At least in the leg. Oka takes her gun, because that's what happens when you don't shoot at people. He tries to shoot Nicole, but Stu jumps and takes the bullet for her. Vic rages out and tries to strangle Oka, but Nicole stops him. Can you finally kill that bastard? Nah, the real cops arrived. So sad. I really hope that Yamasaki Ninja Yakuza would die. As the last dramatic drop, Stu's car blows up. Yes, without gasoline. And you still believe Elon Musk after this? Stu and Vic wake up in the hospital. Nicole thanks both of them for what they did. They get their phones restored. 5K for a drive? Well, I guess the night was worth it after all. Stu gets up to leave while Vic gives him a 5-star rating. Score. Could also give a tip, though. He thanks Stu for saving Nicole's life, then hugs him and breaks down in tears. What do you know? Big boys cry too. It is now Christmas time. Becca successfully opened the spin class gym on her own. Stu remains an investor and it's a big success. We see Vic eating in a Chinese restaurant with the pup. He walks into Nicole's house where he finds out she and Stu are now dating. Pretty fair. He ate her bullet, she eats his. Well, you get the idea. Vic is left speechless but still comes in to celebrate. Moral of the story? Remember when you could put 5 stars on YouTube videos? That was just a like button. You don't even have dislikes.